So you're going on a road trip. My name is Paul with Fixed. I'm going to go over 5 easy tips for you to check over your vehicle to make sure that you have a safe and enjoyable trip. All right, so first tip we're going to talk about today is tires, tire wear, and what to check before you leave for your road trip. 2 of the most common factors in tire failure is tire dry rot, and the other one is tire pressure. That's a big one. As you're looking for tire dry rot, you're going to look around the sidewall and you're going to look into the vehicle's tread between the tread bars. You're looking for signs of cracking. Those are signs that the tire is starting to deteriorate and can cause safety issues. The other big one that we want to pay attention to is tire pressure. On every vehicle, the manufacturer has placed a sticker, most of the time on the door sill when you open the front door, of what the tire pressure should be for front and rear tires. And you always want to check this when it's cold. So not after you've done a long road trip or anything, but before you head out, check your tire pressure quick, make sure that that's within the spec, and that's going to give you the best mileage, the best life out of the tire, so you guys don't have to worry about that when you're taking off your trip. All right, so tip number 2 that we're going to go over today is checking all the fluids on the vehicle. No matter what your level of knowledge is with the vehicle, this is super easy. It just takes a few minutes to do before you guys head on your road trip. First things first is we'll check oil. Okay, now a lot of vehicles will have an oil dipstick. Oil dipstick is the easiest way to find out what the level of oil is. Obviously, you want your vehicle shut off when you're doing this. We'll pull the dipstick, which we'll do here in a second, and we'll show you kind of what to look at. A lot of newer vehicles today, though, do not have dipsticks. So to check the oil level, first thing we're gonna do is pull the dipstick out. That's when you wanna have your rag handy. Pull the dipstick out. First thing you're gonna do is wipe it off. On the dipstick, you'll have your minimum and maximum area, which can either be marked with 2 dots, a line, or it will say min and max. Okay, that area in between that most of the time is gonna be about a quart of oil, okay? So once you pull that out, you're gonna put it back in. And this time, don't wipe it off. You're gonna pull it out and look and see where your oil level falls in between this area. On this particular vehicle, it's totally fine. You're about 3/4 of the way up the stick there. So do a quick check before you guys hit the road. Again, don't overfill and don't underfill. So when you're topping off the oil, do it a little bit at a time. Second thing to look for is coolant level. When you look in the engine bay, you'll see your coolant reservoir, which will be labeled, and you'll see a minimum and a maximum. On this particular car, we've got our minimum here, maximum here, and it's right in the middle. Vehicle off, check the coolant level, make sure that the coolant you're getting is made for your vehicle. So as far as engine oil goes, a lot of times you'll have a sticker like on this vehicle right here in the engine bay telling you what oil weight to use. Be sure when you're topping off to use whatever is specified for your vehicle. The last 2 things that we talked about is gonna be washer fluid. Some cars have a light on the dash that'll pop up if it falls below the minimum level. So just get some washer fluid, pour it in there, fill it up, you're good to go. Power steering is the last one. And that will have the same operation or checking as the dipstick does. Most of the time you'll be able to screw that cap off. It'll say power steering fluid on it. You wipe that off, dip it back in and check. And again, that minimum maximum line, you wanna be somewhere in the middle. All right, so tip number 3, scanning your vehicle for issues is important. You're gonna need an OBD2 scanner to do that. So with the Fixed, you can plug it in, scan the vehicle, whether your check engine light's on or off. You can plug that in to the OBD2 port, most of the time located underneath the dash on the left. All vehicles may be in a different area, so consult your owner's manual for that. But once you're plugged in, you can connect your phone via Bluetooth on the Fixed app and then tap to scan. Sometimes you can have fault codes in the system that you don't know about because your check engine light's not on. So it's always a good idea to do that before you go on any long trips. Make sure you don't have any major issues that are there. And if you do, we can help you figure out what those are. So tip number 4, we're gonna talk about protecting your vehicle. And what I mean by that is washing and waxing your car before a long road trip. It may seem kind of mundane to do that, but putting some protection on your paint is going to make a lot of other things to follow easier. As far as washing the vehicle, make sure that you get a car-specific car wash. Okay, what I mean by that is don't use dishwashing soap to wash your vehicle paint with. You're gonna end up stripping any kind of protectants that were on there off. So make sure you get a good quality car wash soap and give the car a good wash. Rinse it all off. Once that's done, dry the vehicle, then you can apply your wax. All right, so the purpose in doing all of this is to make the job of cleaning the vehicle easier. Once you're back from your road trip, all those smashed bugs on the front and whatever else is flying up off the road, that stuff comes off much easier and is cleaned up much easier if the vehicle has a good protective layer on it. That way when you wash it next time, it's much easier to do. Protect your investment, protect your vehicle, make things easier on you. All right, so tip number 5, most important, once you're all loaded up and ready to hit the road, pick a good playlist. Get good music in there so you guys can have a good trip. Now, Fixed doesn't just read your vehicle's computer and give you clear information on your fault codes. Some of the other features are things like reminding you of scheduled maintenance, helping you find a reputable and trustworthy repair shop no matter where you are in the US, a live data dashboard, and much more. All right, so if you guys like what you saw in the video today, let us know. If you have ideas for future videos or questions or comments, click the like button below, hit subscribe, let us know your thoughts. I'm Paul with Fix with that. I hope you guys have a great road trip, and we'll see you next time.